Hello, everyone. Happy March. How's everybody doing? What is going on with my hair right here? Oh, well, don't worry about it. How's everybody doing? Welcome to A Seat at the Table. I am Dorna Jenkins Taylor. I am I guess, the owner of the table. And I missed you guys. I haven't been on in a while. I've been running around, traveling, working, living, stressing, just doing what I know how to do. And I missed you guys, so I I've had some things kind of on my mind, and I was like, you know, who I should talk to this about? The table mates, because we come here, we talk, we learn, we talk about legal matters, we share articles, we support each other. Um, we have a good time, and I really enjoy having you guys a part of my life. But I would be remiss if I didn't also do some mindset training and talk about things that are kind of on my mind or things that I've learned in life that I feel like would be helpful to somebody else, because I don't think that you should reinvent the wheel. If there's something I know that you would benefit from knowing, or something I feel like I want to share, I feel comfortable coming here to share with you guys. So thank you for that. First of all, I have a new camera. I don't know if you're noticing. It's zooming and doing all kinds of things. You probably can see zits on my face. I don't know, but I have a new camera, and so this was also an excuse to use it and test it out with you all. Excuse me, my Bishop Murphy's texting me. Let me turn this off, vibrate. um, and I wanted to just kind of share some thoughts with you all. One of the and I want you to be interactive in the comments. I'm reading them. I'm going to interact with you in them. This is a conversation. This is not a lecture. I want to know if this is helping you. I want to know if you want more of this type of stuff. Hey, mama. We always stop when my mama steps in and acknowledge her. So everybody say hello to my mother, Irma Wakefield Jenkins. Hey, mama, I love you. You see my new camera? Um, and um, I wanted to, one of the things that I kind of govern my life by is a scripture, Luke 12:48. To whom much is given, much is required. And I operate by that. What that does is that gets me through, because I've been given much. Much has been um, sent my way: blessings, talents, skills, a wonderful family, wonderful children, material things. We're going to talk about material things tonight. Um, I brought some show and tell. Um, Much has been given to me. I understand that. I'm not that special that I deserve things more than someone else. But for whatever reason, God has seen fit to send a lot of blessings and things my way. And I'm grateful for that. But I also have to remember, when I'm having a bad day, much is required. Or when I'm doing something that I don't really want to do, much is required. um, or just whenever something's not going perfect. To whom much is given, much is required. I tell myself that all the time. What is this? Yeah, I'm a mess. I don't know what that is. Probably makeup. So this good camera is making me self-conscious. Um, so Luke 12:48, to whom much is given, much is required. And so I was going through doing my budget, my books for 2023 to turn over to my tax preparer, Angela Brooks. Highly recommend her, to do my 2023 taxes, right? And y'all, I'm going through, and it's all good when I'm going through the income part and I'm going through all of the money, that the company earned. By the company, I mean me, earned, and it was a wonderful year. We had a really, really good, profitable year. Um, and then I start doing the expenses, and there are a lot of expenses, a lot of expenses. And it just kind of, I started thinking, okay, you're 51, your son is 16, he'll be graduating in 2.5 years, but who's counting? Your daughter's in college, she's doing well, but she's an expensive person. in her apartment. She's got scholarships that cover everything but her lodging and food. She's gotten selected for a study abroad program this summer in Germany, which she also was able to get a scholarship to cover, her scholarship for senior year to cover because she'll graduate early. That's wonderful. But then there's all these expenses associated with getting her over there, and I'm going with her for a period of time, and we're going to do a little bouncing around Europe. And I'm just looking at these numbers, and I'm just like, I'm 51. How much longer do I want to keep this up? Right? Has anybody been, whatever age you are any of you going through that whatever you've got going on now, you're like, how much longer do I want to keep on this hamster wheel to keep up the lifestyle to which I've become accustomed? Um, and I really just kind of thought to myself, no, I want to start winding down the number of dollars that I need to bring in to keep up with our life. Um, I want to travel more, and I know that sounds crazy because I travel like crazy, but that's what I want to do. And damn it, if I'm working, I want to do what I want to do with my money. um, and I want to spend more time being able to, my son is going to change schools next year, and I'm going to need to drive him to and from school. I need time to do that. I'm going to want to go, I want to go spend a week in Europe with Ashley backpacking, our version of it, across Europe before I leave her in Germany for 6 weeks. I want to have the time and the freedom to do these things. And um, how do I make an adjustment, right, to be able to afford myself that opportunity? But as I was thinking through that, I said to myself, much is required. Much has been given, much is required. And I've been, we've all been kind of seeing the things in pop culture, right? We some of us watched the Wendy Williams documentary. Wendy had millions of dollars that she can't access now because she doesn't have her mental health or her physical health to the point that a court decided that she was not capable of managing her own millions of dollars that she's earned. What is the point? What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose their soul? What is the point of her doing whatever it is she did, like her or not, to earn millions of dollars to now that she's in her 50s, she can't get it because something's wrong here, and she can't even hardly walk because of her physical conditions? What is the point of all of that to not be able to enjoy it and not even be able to access it? Um, the flip side of that is a Rihanna, right? We know Rihanna's a billionaire off the mic. She made all her money, a lot of her money in cosmetics, but she was hired to perform at a wedding in India, and the rumor is that they paid her $9 million for this concert at this wedding reception. And y'all, she was up there going through the motions, just mailing it in. Um, and I thought about her and I said, okay, she's already so wealthy that this money is not motivating her to dance hard. Um, she is kind of the flip side of Wendy. She's young, she's rich, she's got what I thought was going to be a disastrous relationship with a rapper, but it seems like it's really going well. She's got two beautiful children. She's been enjoying life. And she's not really that interested in working in the way that she worked to get into the industry. And I could respect that. And, all that kind of just got me started thinking about what is success. We would say Wendy Williams has success, but did she? We would say Beyonce is successful, but is she? Um, the other really big thing, and I'll go back and explain why I'm saying is she, because obviously they are successful and they have all the things that we all made goals. I posted a picture of myself when I was a baby is here, or child is here. As this little girl who my mama and daddy were raising up, she had these dreams of becoming, rich and successful. That's really what I remember dreaming about. I didn't really dream about being married or having children. I just dreamed about being rich and successful, and mostly successful. And I got that and the family that I didn't really even dream about. So I'm grateful. None of this is coming from a space of me being ungrateful. It's more from me trying to share with you some things if you're going through a phase where you're feeling like you're not where you want to be, or you are where you thought you wanted to be. You're living in the middle of your dreams and it's not what you thought it was going to be. You're not, or if you feel like you're behind schedule, or if you feel like you're not as good or as successful as the next person, I just wanted to give some perspective, because the truth is, when you rip the Band-Aid off and you pull the curtain back, everybody is going through it. Especially right now, there's something going on. Everybody's going through it. Um, and there's a lot of angst and depression and bickering, and just people aren't really just in the flow right now, myself included. And our version of success, or our definition of success, I want us to work on it together here tonight, because I want to try to give you guys some perspective by telling you some of my personal stories. I'm not going to do a 51-part series on TikTok, but I'm going to talk about Risa Tisa tonight as well. I wanted to try to give some perspective because I've just had so many conversations with people who are feeling like they're not there, they're never going to get there, or either they're throwing all kinds of money at things to help them get there that may not work, and that money will be wasted, and they will look back and think, why did I do that? Who the F did I pay my money to? And if you're in the space where you're feeling like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or you're not doing enough, or it's not up to speed or up to par, or you're just generally unhappy with where you are in life, to try to give you some perspective to appreciate where you are and what is beautiful about it. So that's kind of my purpose tonight. Again, we can be as interactive. I've got the comments here so I can see them. Please share, be interactive with me. But I'm going to share some things with you just to kind of show you my view on success. A lot of times, my Facebook is mostly filled with business people, entrepreneurs, people who are building something, selling something, trying to figure out how to sell something. It's not people's food and plates anymore. It's business, and a lot of money is made on Facebook. We know that. But a lot of money is stolen and wasted and scammed on Facebook, and we know that. Yes, Keisha, this will be available forever. I keep all the lives up forever, so you'll be able to watch it. You're dealing with airplane Wi-Fi, so I know I'm probably stuck on your screen, and your screen is probably this big. There's all these gurus, there's all these geniuses, there's all these influencers, there's all these coaches, there's all these people on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok just telling you how you can get rich quick, right? And if you get this and you have this and you have that, you'll be successful. And I'm going to show you in 15 days how to get a Gucci bunny rabbit like this, and that is unequivocally nonsense, period. Let me be the first to tell you, anybody that's telling you online how they're going to make you rich by looking at how rich they are is lying to you. They're trying to get richer from you paying them money to learn how to get rich. You're not going to get rich following somebody else's exact path. You have to follow your path, and you have to figure out what that is. And in order to figure out what that is, I believe you start at the end. What is my goal? What does success look like for me? What am I working towards? Because if you're just working, and I spent decades just working, grinding, buying stuff and acquiring things and collecting crap. You see some of this crap behind me. What is your definition of success that you're working, that you can follow an influencer on TikTok to get there? Their success is selling you something. Be aware of that. Be knowledgeable about that. There are so many influencers on social media that when you look at the tagline of their social media page, it's something that's not their name. It's billionaire baddie, or boss babe, or homie with the Rolex, or Rolls Royce Rick, right? Don't hire those people. Don't pay those people your money. You know why? Because when things go wrong, you don't know who to sue. You cannot sue Rolls Royce Rick. You don't know his name. You don't know what state he lives in. You don't know his address. You don't know a damn thing about him. And you just paid him money to coach you to $1 billion in 15 days. Don't do that. Do not do that. I would like you to connect yourself with real people who tell you their real name. My whole government name is on the screen, right? If people don't want to tell you who they are, what makes you think they're going to tell you how to do anything that's real? They're not being cute with these influencer names. They're being strategic. They are deliberately hiding their identity from you so that they can poof disappear. They can sell you something for 60 days and they can disappear, reinvent themselves as somebody else, and you won't know where they went, and you won't have any customer service or any back end for your $1 billion plan. And that's been on my heart for a couple of weeks. I've just, again, on social media, my social media is mostly influencers and business people, and I see a lot of this, and it's gotten really, really bad right now because it's tax season and they know you got your tax refund and they want it. So they're going to try to sell you something. And Billionaire Baddie is not a billionaire. And she is trying to make you think she is so that you will buy whatever she's selling to help her get closer to being a billionaire. And it's going to leave you where you were, minus the $9.97 you sent her. Does that make sense? So, there's a little tidbit of legal advice in tonight's show, and this is just that. If an influencer or a Facebook name is not a business that you can Google and search and find a location on before you buy the product, if the Facebook name, the TikTok name is not someone who you can identify who they are before you buy the product, because this is what happens. You buy the product, it's nonsense, they disappear, you contact somebody like me and you want to sue them, and then you start doing the Googling, trying to figure out who the hell they are. Do that first. There are two coaches I recommend. Derek A. Harper Sr., that's his name, on all platforms and on his birth certificate. And Cherry Collier, Dr. Cherry Collier, that's her name, that's on her birth certificate. They are seasoned, veteran, quality business coaches that I've watched coach people to riches, and that I know personally have the things they attest to in their own, portfolio. I'm sure there are others. Those are the two that I know that have been in the game for a minute, and that the point I'm using by making that is less about recommending them. Most of you already know both or either of them. The point I'm making is that they use their names. Derek is not out here under his rapper name, which was Rocky. Cherry's literal name is Cherry. Pay attention to that when you're looking at these people. Cherry, like the fruit. Pay attention to that when you're deciding who to go deal with. And if you are in this audience and you're a coach, or you're offering a product and you're using some bootleg name, change it today. Change it today, or ask yourself why you feel uncomfortable with your name being used associated with your products, and adjust whatever it is about you that makes you uncomfortable with that. Let's get authentic in 2024. Let's be real with each other. Let's be able to stand behind integrity. Let's not take people's money for nothing. Let's not give people our money for nothing. Let's not throw money at people simply because they have a McLaren and then call a lawyer later trying to sue. So, as I'm looking at the screen, I'm seeing birth names. This is good. My audience is good people who have good intentions. But if you are one of those people, or if you later see this, because I am going to put this on TikTok, I want this to sit right where Baddie Billionaire Boss is, conning, scamming people. I want to be right beside her with my name, telling her people, don't buy from Billionaire Baddie Boss, because you don't even know her name and you can't sue her when she's stolen your money and running away. So I'm going to put this on there. I'm going to put this on Instagram. I'm going to put this on you. This is on YouTube Live. It's on Facebook Live right now. I want to spend my time helping people on the front end know what to look for before they go down the road, and then they're making a 50-part series, who the F did I pay my money to? If you don't know what I'm referencing with that, I'm going to take a minute and talk about Risa Tisa. Risa Tisa is a young woman here in Atlanta who made a 50-part series on TikTok entitled Who the Blank Did I Marry? She told her story in 50 10-minute videos. I watched every one of them. I've seen a lot of people trying to shame people for spending time watching this. This takes hours of your day, 8 hours of time. I did it over like 3 days. She's a great storyteller. And the story that she's telling is, and I'm going to tell you why I don't shame anybody and I don't feel shamed for spending my time watching this. She tells the story of how she met, dated, married, got pregnant by, and divorced a man all in like a 15-month time period. And after she divorced him, or as she was in the process of divorcing him, she's uncovered things that she should have uncovered before she even moved in with him or let him move in with her. They met in March. By the end of March, he moved in with her. He was paying all the bills. Now, she said that her bills were like $1,500, so that wasn't that complicated for him to do. And it was a strategy he used to make her need him, to make himself indispensable. And he was able to use that to stay there and create this whole lie about buying houses and buying her a BMW. And he had this fake a fake approval letter from Chase that said he was approved for a $750,000 mortgage, and she's just in la la land. She thought it was her time. She's finally met her Prince Charming. He's paying all the bills. He's going to buy her a $750,000 house. He's going to buy her a BMW. He's going to take her to Europe. He's going to do all these things. And it turns out this man, every morning he would be on the phone with his brother. Oh, hey, bro, yeah, she said hi, yada, yada, yada. His sister, she knew all about his family. He was a VP of a company. He retired from the Arena Football League. She got pregnant. They lost the baby. He didn't show up when she had to go in for the procedure to remove the fetal remnants. This just goes on and on and on. And it starts to unravel to the point that she realizes that he was never on the phone with his brother. He hadn't spoken to his brother since 2008. He's not the VP of a company. He's a forklift operator. His brother, he has a twin brother who is a VP of a company. He had basically taken on his whole brother's identity and presented it to her on a silver platter. And all he had to do to get her to fall for it was pay her bills. And because he was paying her bills, she wanted him to be real so bad that she didn't look and see what was underneath the curtain with him in the beginning. It was only when he started to do things that she didn't like that she decided to check him out. But by then she'd married him. Oops. So this all happened in 2020, 21, and it's now 2024. And for whatever reason, she decided to tell her story. It went viral like crazy. She was on the Tamron Hall show today. She's been on Good Morning America. She's monetized this now on TikTok, but nowhere near the money that people are saying she's made. But anyway, the point is that a lot of people shame people for watching this. If you have time to watch 50 parts of Risa Tisa, but you don't have time to look at a business coach or something, they're a business coach trying to sell you something. And if you do take the time to look at 50 parts of this lady's thing, you may discover that you are Risa Tisa. You may discover that you have gone along with something that somebody presented to you because it was on a silver platter, but it was really rotten eggs. But you overlooked the food and you were trying to get to the platter. You may be the man. She called him Legion. You may be Legion. You may be out here lying and scheming and scamming and pretending to be someone in order to get them to do something you want them to do. He wanted her to let her live with him, and she did. Um, you may identify with her, and this may save you from the next liar that comes in your life and promises you the success at the end of the rainbow, and you don't even pay attention to the process until you realize there is no success. And now you go back and now she's doing background checks on this dude, and she realizes that the social security number he used on their marriage license was false and that he'd been married 3 times. She's, his fourth wife, and each one of them had made this same discovery one at a time. He was able to do this over and over again because none of these 4 women were looking at the details. They were looking at the success. They were looking at what he was promising them if they only would marry him. And they all did. So she ends up with Who the F Did I Marry? And I don't judge her because I see how she did that. I mean, yes, she made some mistakes. Lord knows. There's some things she did that were her fault. But I understand her when she says, and she acknowledges readily, she overlooked the United Nations of red flags because she wanted it to be true. She wanted it to be her turn to have the knight in shining armor come and whisk her off her feet and make all her dreams come true and take care of her. And she didn't have to worry, for once, she didn't have to worry about money. That feels good. None of us want to worry about money. And if this half of a man is going to tell her he's going to take care of all the bills and did with his forklift check, could take care of her. If he had come in the door honest, he could have really taken care of her and they could have really been happy. She didn't need him to be a former football player and buy her a $750,000 house. She's living in a place that the rent is $1,000. So she doesn't require, nobody requires a $750,000 house. And we're going to get to that in a minute. But he sold her on that, and then she wanted it, and so she overlooked a lot, and we all do that. Yeah, Amanda, when she said she thought it was her turn, that hit hard. Yes, I mean we all have, like I started out by talking about the little girl who grew up dreaming of success and wealth, right? And we all want what we want, and we will do the things that we need to do to try to get there. And if someone comes along and says, "I'm going to make this path easier for you," and oh, by the way, I love you and I want to marry you and all this stuff, you go for it sometimes. And it's the same in business. If this coach is on TikTok and Instagram dancing around, dancing bears, as Derek Harper calls them, and they're standing in front of a Rolls Royce or a mansion, and you want one, then you're going to be inclined to hire them. But the purpose of me doing what I'm doing tonight and pulling back the hood is I can get up from this chair. I can take this laptop with me. I can go stand in front of my house and I'm going to be standing in front of a mansion. I am. I go in my garage and I'm going to be standing in front of a Range Rover and a BMW. And those are just the cars that are there today. If I give you a list of the cars that have been in this garage over the past 15 years, you know what I'm saying? This is not to brag. This is to say, just because I live here and I drive what I drive doesn't mean I know how to tell you what's going to make your business go. Because I don't even know what you do to that extent. You have got to define your level of success, your path to it. What is it that you're good at, your skills and talents, and you've got to follow that. Now there are processes, yes. There are coaches that can tell you how to set forth a process, but it really all starts with your mindset. And you can't start with looking at the mansion and thinking, if I buy this, I'm going to end up in the mansion, because there's nothing I can tell you that's going to let you buy this house. There's nothing I can tell you that's going to get you in my car. And I'm bold and honest enough to tell you that. I know what I've done over the past 25, 30 years to get to the point that I am. And I know that you can't do that in 15 weeks. So I'm not going to tell you that you can. You understand what I'm saying? You understand why I'm saying, I'm not saying any of this to brag. I'm saying it to make it make sense. If I know it's taken me 25 years of practice to get where I am, then I'm not going to tell you that you can do it in 90 days if you pay me $9.97. You're just going to be getting me further where I am going, not where you are going. So we have got to do the work. You have to do your own work. Stop buying every coaching program that comes across. If you are involved with the Free Hive and you've seen the coaches that come through there, you know them, you've gotten invested in them. Derek does his process in a certain way so that you get to know the people. You can see us, lay your hands on us. We show up in conferences so you can touch and feel, and we're real people. Then that's a safe space. If you're in another program that's similar to that I don't know the name of because I'm involved in the Free Hive, so I know how that works, then that's one thing. But if you're just hopping on Instagram and buying products after products, some people are addicted to buying products, addicted to buying coaching programs, addicted to buying memberships and being in the mix. If that's all you're doing, then cool. Just tell yourself you're just hanging out with business people. But if you think that because I can go outside and stand in front of a mansion, I can tell you how to, you're wrong. You're wrong. And I want you to know that because it's getting really bad and it's going to get worse. And I started this out by saying I care about you guys enough that I'm comfortable coming here and telling you that, certain things I couldn't be comfortable with you and then leave you out here for these wolves. I'm not selling you anything. I don't have a thing for you. It's on my heart because I just see so much of it. Um, and I'm at a phase in my life where I'm reevaluating my vision of success. At some point, it was the mansion. And I never refer to my house as a mansion. I'm doing this as an example. Um, I don't know what the square footage is to cross over into mansions. So, but that was my goal, was to get the big house, the luxury car, the Gucci, the Prada, all the brand name things, and I have all these things, and I'm tired. I'm tired of working to maintain all this. And so I'm making some decisions to scale back my life. And you'll see that over the next few years as my son finishes school. I'm going to scale my life down to something very different than what it is, because I am not going to be in my 60s trying to maintain this level of lifestyle. And I am not going to be, even in 55, trying to bring in the kind of income I bring in now, because I'm tired and I want to enjoy my money, not work, 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 work like Rihanna. I brought her up earlier because she now is wealthy and she doesn't really feel like working. And so she was out there, mailing it in. I get it. Girl, I was like, girl, I understand, Rihanna. I don't. I'm not a billionaire, but if I were, I wouldn't even leave my house. If I were a billionaire, you wouldn't see me. I'd be like Eve and Janet Jackson. Because what are you working for? You got $1 billion in the bank. Go enjoy life, right? Um, so I I decided in the process of that I'm going to start getting rid of some of the things that I have, some of the material things that I have that I can sell, because they still have such value, but I just don't want them anymore. And I brought some visual aids for y'all today, just because I want to make the point. All right, I'll start with this. This is a pair of boots. Just a regular old pair of boots, but they are Louis Vuitton, right? You see, I've worn them. They have the Louis Vuitton thing on the bottom. So they leave this really cute little Louis Vuitton stamp in the ground when you walk on them. Like on, I don't know if you'd walk on the beach in these or whatever. But anyway, these boots cost several $1,000s. They're sock boots. Several $1,000s. You know how many times I've worn them? Maybe 3. Because they hurt like hell. They're very painful. Why do I have these boots? I'm getting rid of these boots. This is where I am in my head right now. These shoes, right? Everybody's talking about red bottom. Look at this heel. Who in the hell is going somewhere in this heel? Just by contrast, if I put this beside my face, it's almost the height from my chin, at least my bottom lip, to my eyes. Take your own hand and do the bottom of your lip to your eyes, and then take that away and see how high this heel is. I wore them one time. They start tearing up the first time you wear them, right? A black sole shoe, the thing stays on there. I'm just pulling back the curtain on these red bottoms that you think are your goal. They hurt, and they start tearing up the first time you walk outside. I have other shoes that cost me $50 that the sole doesn't tear up when I wear them outside. What am I supposed to do with this damn shoe if I can't wear it outside? It's out of here. I'm getting rid of it. And I'm gonna tell you something. And because I'm transparent and I'm not a dancing bear and I'm not lying to you, I'm gonna show you the price tag. Can you see it? Is the light too bright? $725. These aren't fakes. This is the SKU number. Like, these are, they put the picture of the shoe on it. $725 for a shoe that tore up the first time I wore it, and the heel is the size of my damn face. This is what people have us making our goal, to have red bottoms. For what? Only half of the damn thing is red anymore. It all used to look like this. I wore it one time to a Diana Ross concert in Vegas. That's why I was thinking about them, because I was at that same venue Friday night for a New Edition concert at the Wynn Las Vegas, and I had on some sneakers And I was remembering how much pain I was in trying to get to that theater and enjoy a concert in this freaking shoes. $725. Now I can pay money to go have the bottom resoled, but why am I spending more money on a $725 shoe? I can put they have a thing you can buy, and I have other pairs in there. I, after this pair, I learned I bought the protector, sole protector that you can put on to keep it from doing that. But why do I have to do anything to a $725 shoe is my point. Christian Louboutin has sold us a bill of goods like these coaches on Instagram. Don't let that be your measure of success, is what I'm saying. Now, I see somebody on here saying, I resolved that any balls I attend must allow sneakers. I will walk past that heel shelf and don't even look that way. I have a point. I have a show and tell for sneakers. Because I'm not really here just to bash Christian Louboutin. Because these are also Christian Louboutin. But they are sneakers. I wear them. I wear them all the time because I can wear them because they don't hurt. And the bottom is still red. It didn't fade. It's made out of rubber. It's holding up. I think it's a beautiful shoe. It also costs $900 actually. Does any of this make sense? No. But again, my idea of success at the time was to have this. I have a matching bag to this also. It was $2,500. A bag, a purse. You want to see it? It looks like the shoe. I have a matching bag for this shoe. It was $2,700. Why? So I'm sitting here holding $1,700 worth of shoes in my hand with $4,000 worth of bags that go with them. And this is just two pairs of my. And I'm being transparent with this because I want you to not let the red bottoms be your goal. Because you're looking at me like, why does she have that stuff? And I want you to feel that before you make that your goal and spend all your time working towards something like that. Because you will get it. And then I've had these shoes 6, 7, 8 years. And then you're like, why do I have this shit? They don't bring me joy. These shoes bring me pain. Look, I love the high top, but I'd love a trademark or NIL more. Absolutely, Pretty Brown. And Sherelle, you can't take it with you when you go to be with the Lord. I'm put a pin in that. I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to go back and catch all of your comments. So keep them coming. But I guess my point is that I'm saying, okay, if you want to work towards this, until I sell this, you come over here and try to walk around in this and get that out of your system because this is not your goal. My mother tried these on some years ago, and I think she took 3 steps and was holding on to something the whole time. It was like, oh, no, this is not for me. But this is the type of thing that an influencer would stand out, walk around in real slow to all the pretty girls walk like this. They'll walk around in these, and you think, oh, they're rich. I want to follow them. F that. I have them too. It's not your goal. Don't let somebody walking around in a pair of these real slow to some rap music on Instagram make you buy their program. And look at where they're walking. See if they're walking on carpet because they're probably going to return them. They're probably standing in front of an Airbnb and a Tura. I'm just saying. I'm not hating on anybody. I hope there's not really a baddie boss, whatever, out there. I don't know. Or Rolls Royce Rick. I don't know if these people really exist. I'm not targeting anybody in particular. I'm just kind of trying to make my audience, who I know are people who are upwardly mobile and business owners and looking to grow their business and investing in themselves. I'm just trying to help you understand what is your goal, what does success look like, so that you can figure out what are you doing to get there, and is following these people is not going to get you there. Someone said I'm holding someone's rent and 2 pair of shoes, and someone else said, not someone, me. Right. So instead of that being your goal, not saying it's your, any one particular person's goal, but that's what's sold to people. If y'all put on a pair of red bottoms and I walk slow to rap music in an Instagram post and stand in front of a mansion and go get in my Rolls Royce, drive away, and go to a private jet and look like I'm getting ready to leave in it, you're impressed. You being the world is impressed. I can go do all of that right now. It doesn't mean it's going to make you any money, and it doesn't mean that I'm happy. It means that I have to pay for all this stuff. Should I leave them for my children? No, because what are they going to do with them? Sell them? There was a time that Ashley thought she wanted me to keep the Louboutins for her. And I said, okay, put them on and walk to your room and walk back. She didn't make it to the foyer. She was like, oh, I'm good. Right? They don't need them. They don't want them. They don't even know what they're worth. Oh, excuse me. They don't even know what they cost. They're not worth what they cost. There's nothing about this shoe that makes it a $700 shoe, except this, and he told you that's what they cost. Now, there's a lesson there too, and we'll do a class on how you determine your value, because Christian Louboutin believes in himself, and he told y'all his shoes were going to cost this $900. He told you this was going to cost this, and so that's what I paid. And I wanted them bad too when I got them. I wanted them so bad. And I do wear these. So we'll talk another time about setting your value, setting your price, and knowing your worth and holding. Okay, my fancy camera is doing the most. Sorry, but it looks good. We'll do a lesson later about setting your price point, knowing your value, all that. I give Christian credit for that. I really do, because Lord knows he holds firm to his value. But why not leave my children life insurance instead of Louboutins? I'm leaving them life insurance. I'm leaving them a family trust. I spent a lot of time collecting things, bags, shoes. Um, I know the fancy camera is doing its own thing. um, this camera costs $99, but it's doing a lot. um, we have all these autographs downstairs of people that are dead and gone, which makes them more valuable. So I'm going to get rid of those too. I'm getting ready to just start cleaning the house slowly over the next 2, 3 years. Somebody asked me if I would sell the things in this group, and I said yes, and then I said no, because that's really what made me decide to do this. I said no, because I don't want to encourage the table mates to buy this stupid stuff. I wouldn't even feel good about knowing that somebody has these shoes and I have money, because I actually care about what happens to you guys. And I know this is a bad investment. So I decided, no, I'm not gonna sell them in this group, because I don't want people in this group to buy them. I want to sell them on the real, where there's other people that, you know, I don't know and don't care if they make a bad investment. Um, Sheila said earlier, when you die, you can't take any of them with you, any of this with you. When I buried my husband, I buried him in one suit, one pair of shoes, one belt, and his wedding ring. He had a closet full of designer stuff. He has boxes and boxes and boxes of comic books that he collected over a 50-year, 40-something year period. All that's just here. It didn't go with him. And I don't even know what the comic books are worth. I'm going to have to go through a process to even figure out how to insure them, because my son is those are his now. We're not selling those. Those going to him for him to collect. And I don't know where it ever ends, but we're a family of people that like to collect things. And it's, Joy said that I would sell them to wear the shoes that Dorna wore. Someone might want to walk in your shoes, Dorna. Well, if somebody does, I have some $50 Reeboks in there you can have. And I can sleep at night knowing that you didn't waste your money like I did. Um, People have folks out here thinking that if you have an LLC, you're on your way, and we'll do a class about that. I think we've done a class about what it is, but I'm going to do a class about what it isn't. An LLC is not a business, it's a tax structure. That's not going to make you rich because you have a tax structure. Okay? So we're going to dig into that. Somebody please take notes on the things I'm saying. I'm going to circle back to the LLC, something else I forgot about already. And by someone, I mean Colleen. um, and invest in your mental health. If you want to spend money on something, get a therapist. Um, so that when you do get to whatever your vision of success is, on the way there, you can keep control of your emotions and your um, mental health. And when you get there, you really need to be in charge of that, because if you think it's rough getting to the top, it's rough staying on the top. Both are rough. It's rough staying on the top. It's rough staying at a level of income and earning that you have gotten to, and then you buy all this stuff to demonstrate that to yourself or others or both, and then you have to keep that up. If you're not investing in a retirement account, because entrepreneurs don't have, um, 401ks waiting for us. We have to create IRAs. Going to meet my financial advisor tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and I'm gonna have the same conversation with him. Okay, dude, it's time to change it up. I'm done grinding like this. And I'm not even grinding like I used to, and I don't even want to do this level of grinding. I want to throttle this whole lifestyle thing back, because I got to what everybody thinks is success, and I'm tired. I want to be able to take frequent breaks, and um, I want to be able to spend more time with my kids, and I want to do anything besides continue to try to earn all the money that I need to pay for all this stuff. And I'm walking around looking at this stuff, and I just see $1,500, $2,000. These earrings that you can't even see, thousands. This necklace, thousands. This watch, I'm keeping this though. it, it, what is success? That's why I'm here tonight, talking to you guys. That's what I wanted to convey. Don't judge yourself by these standards. Don't judge yourself by your own standard. When we finish this tonight, I want everybody to do two things. I want you to take out a piece of paper or your iPad or whatever. And I want you to, and for those of you who have read my book, do what you know how to do. You know why I'm going to say this. If you haven't read my book, when you do read my book, because I'm not here selling books, when you do read my book, you'll understand this more. But if you read my book, you'll know that I had to take out a piece of paper at a point in my life when I was 31 and at a crossroads. And that's actually when I started this climb to this $900 shoe life that I have now. And so I've been at this now, this race of earn, spend, because you have to look like you deserve the retainer you're asking for, um, all that time. And so take out a piece of paper and write down 5 talents and skills that you have. That's it, just 5 talents or skills that you have, things that you know how to do. You might know how to cook. So you may have a wonderful speaking voice. You may know how to sing. You may, whatever your talents are, not what you do for a living, but what you know how to do. I'm also menopausal, so there'll be a fan at all times. I want you to take out a piece of paper and write down 5 things that you know how to do. I said this on Sheila C. Hill's podcast, the Sheila C. Hill Show. If you haven't watched it, please do. It's 3 parts. We went on for 3 hours, and it's this type of talk. And it's so good, if I do say so myself. And part 3, we really get into this kind of vibe. I think it's been shared in the group, but if not, Sheila, please share it after this is over. And she interviews me, and we talk. This is the kind of talk we were talking as well, because this is where my head is at right now. Like, look, let's pull the curtain back. All right, so after you've written down your 5 things that you know how to do, your 5 talents and skills, across from each one of those, write all the professions or careers or jobs or opportunities that you can create or access that derive from those skills. So if it's, you know how to sew, we have Sherelle on here who knows how to sew. She makes bonnets, and she makes hand pot warmers, and she makes all manner of things that she sews, custom made products. That's a business. If you know how to sing, there are people, the Sheila C. Hill Show, for example, has an intro that was sang by a person who she paid off Fiverr or somebody to sing this song for her. You can go on Fiverr and you can sing little jingles and songs for people that need them for their shows and make money. Everything that you have a talent and skill to do, there's a way to monetize that. And I'm saying for you to do this instead of going and paying Baddie Boss Billionaire Babe to tell you a lie to think you're going to get to success. How you on a piece of paper can sit down and get you to success with the skills and talents that God has already given you. And then after you've identified your skills, talents, and what you're going to do, then you go get an actual business coach like Derek or Cherry to say, all right, now give me the processes to set up my online presence, my store, my whatever you need to get that to the customer. That's where the coach comes in, the process, the back office, not the what, the how. So that's homework item number 1 for tonight. It might be the only one. I might just leave it there. We'll see. Yeah, So Focus. Shout out to So Focus. The point I'm making is that the talents and skills that you have them. Nobody can stand outside in front of a mansion and give them to you. That's what I wanted. That's what I'm trying to convey. Success is made in the microwave. Success is not made in the microwave. It's made in the slow cooker. So a 90-day challenge can tighten up skills that you need. It can give you a habit, right? But don't be trying to sue the people on the back end because you're not rich when you finish the 90-day challenge. Or if you do a 90-day challenge, if you offer that, make sure you give people a realistic expectation of what they will accomplish and what they will not accomplish in just 90 days. And charge accordingly. Don't, people are overcharging for Google information. When I'm talking to you guys at the table, I'm most of the time just telling you what I know. I'm not having to read it. There's no script. I know it. How do I know it? Because I've been doing it for 20-some years. So your piece of paper that you're writing your 5 things on, you're writing down the things that you've been doing for 25 years. Or if you're only 25, then for 5 years. You're writing down the things that you know how to do. Your gift will make room for you. That's it, Meredith. But you have to identify your gifts, not somebody else's gift, not somebody's red bottom, not what people say success is. What is your gift? What is your talent? What is your viewpoint of success? Do you want a Living Trust or a Louboutin? Do you want, and again, I'm not here trying to piss on anybody's parade. I'm not here, definitely not judging, because I'm sitting here with the stuff. That's why I'm showing you. I'm talking about me with the aspiration to have these things and to spend your hard-earned money on this nonsense. I've done that. My husband has done the most of these things. I'm showing you are gifts he bought me. And I don't mean to sound unappreciative for them, but what did that get us? It looked good. Your gifts are where your money will come from. Your talents, your skills. That's where your business will thrive from, where your business will spring from what you have inside, not what's exterior things, material things. That's not where the success is. It's what's inside that has a value to someone else that you can monetize and sell. That's success. But you have to start by, what is it that I'm good at? And it's going to differ for everybody. That's why I said I can't go outside and stand in front of my house and talk fast and walk slow and give you the blueprint for your success, because I don't know what you're good at. You do. So that's my soapbox for tonight. If I can sit here as a full-grown woman with a Gucci bunny rabbit over my shoulder and tell you to not let stupid shit like that be your model for success, then I don't know who else can tell you that. It's just, it's just where I am in my head. I'm getting ready to dial all this stuff back, and I'm excited about it. Listen, in my perfect world, I would live in a 2-bedroom so my kids can share space when they come visit me. A 2-bedroom cabana on the beach in Belize. That's where I want to be, with the ocean like right outside, and my day will consist of going outside to the hammock and hanging out in the hammock. Yet here I am with all the square footage and these utilities. I was talking today, and Angela reminded me that she'd done a thing where she asked, what is your average electricity bill? And everybody was saying whatever they said. And when I said mine, it was a mortgage payment. When I get my light bulbs changed out, it's 2,000 light bulbs. My house has 19 doors and 41 windows. You heard me right. 19 doors, 41 windows. Just imagine the security system associated with it, right? The number of cameras and sensors and batteries. When I have to change the batteries and the sensors, it's like, because if I hire somebody, or if I let the people come over here and say, I need y'all to change the batteries, they're like, okay, that'll be $2,000. Everything is $2,000. If I get pine straw outside, it's $2,000. 19 doors. I'm talking about exterior doors. I don't know how many doors are in the house. Might need to turn them lights off. Colleen, the sad thing is that I have flat bill, and it's still that much because that's how much we consume. So no matter how long I leave them on, the flat bill averages that it's like $800 something a month. So this is the stuff people don't tell you. Yeah, you can go buy a Mercedes, but the oil change is $800. $800. The tires are $400 each, and that's if you don't get the best ones. You go get a Mercedes, and when they say it's time for B service, and you go up to the counter and it's $1,500, and you're like, what did they do? Remember this conversation, because it's not just buying the luxury product, then you got to maintain it. This shoe that costs $700, I need to buy all this other crap to keep the sole from falling down part the minute I wear them outside. The maintenance on luxury items. This Rolex, which I love this watch. This watch is special to me because I bought it after I did a really big deal for a client, and it was a gift from me to me. But if I bump this watch on my desk, it's gonna break. Because it's Swiss timepiece, the hands will fall off if it jolts. When I take this watch off at night and I put it down, I pick it up the next day, it's gonna be the wrong time because they don't keep time unless they're in motion. They have to be in motion. So you then have to buy this thing that you put your watch on. This stuff people won't tell you. You buy this watch turner, I think it's called, and you hang it on there, and it does like this, or some of them do like this, to keep the watch in motion so it'll keep time. What? But my Apple Watch keeps time when I lay it down, and so does a Michael Kors watch. But this watch has to be babysat or reset every time you put it on. Right now, the time is wrong on this watch, and so is the date, because I normally don't even change it. It's like a piece of jewelry. So I'm saying all this to show you success is not what you think it is, or it's not what it looks like. You're going to decide what it is. And listen, what I want you guys to remember, when you've identified your things and you're moving towards your vision of success, and your bank account says that you can afford to go do something like this, do it, because it does feel good. I'm not in a position to poop on it. I have a Gucci bunny rabbit over my shoulder. But don't make it the end game, is what I'm trying to say. Don't work towards a Rolex. Work towards having 20 times more than what the Rolex costs in your bank account, or in your trust fund, or in your retirement account, so that you can go take out a loan from I do this all the time, go take out a loan from your IRA when you want to pay something off or do something extravagant, and then pay yourself back at 0% interest. I'm going to see my guy tomorrow because I'm getting ready to knock some stuff out, to my point. Hey, I need to borrow my money from me so I can knock some stuff out, so I can scale back, because I'm tired of this rat race. The bunny rabbit is green, money in abundance. The bunny rabbit is stupid, and I just thought it was so cute, and I had to have it. All right, so I'm going to go back and read comments and questions. And I hope I haven't bored you guys, and I hope this has meant something to you. And I'm not just talking to be talking, because I really am coming from a good place, and this is where my head is at. And I just figured, why should everybody go through 25 years to get to this point? Because I think we all get to this point. I think we're seeing these celebrities who are just like off the grid and kind of act like you think they went crazy, but they really just got tired of all the stuff. All right, so now comments. Y'all keep going. I'm just gonna catch up to you. Oh, the camera glow. Yay, camera. $99 camera for the win. It's a Dell camera, by the way. And it's 99 bucks. And I have cameras in here that cost way more than that, and they don't work this well, to my point. Why do I feel guilty? Because I want to stop and travel. People are working with and for me that work for my company. If I stop, where do they go? I am tired. Yes, Mary. I have scaled back the people already, so I don't have that concern. But the double-edged sword is now it's all me and my assistant, and it's a lot. But you have to create a off-ramp for those people. So you have to build that into your I am tired process. And you also have to replace yourself. So you're a great candidate for coaching, and you do have coaching. A Derek, a Cherry, people like that can coach you into the SOPs and the best practices to be able to write yourself out of your company so it can run without you. That's the phase you're in now, and that's what you need to have Derek and Elle concentrate on with you to help you get there. I dreamed about being married and having children. I wanted to live comfortably, but had no idea what that looked like at that time. Right? It's a whole nother topic. Oh, marriage, love and marriage. You know, and yeah, I'm not even going down that road. I think we're all grown here. We all have our own stories. Health and peace equals success for me, Colleen says. Financially, I'm not where I want and need to be, but God has been providing. Amen. Behind schedule, I can identify with that. Angela says, I'm here, Attorney Taylor, because I need this. Good. God's timing is always on time. Love this conversation. Thank you for helping me. God provides for you. What is my goal? So yeah, Colleen is recapping as always. What is my goal? That is the takeaway for tonight is what is my goal? What does success look like for me? And then we're working towards that, not what success looks like on Instagram. And I pulled back the curtain to show you some of these things that people say are successful or marks of success to show you how they are. I understand that a lot of people haven't ever seen a red bottom other than in the store where they have them looking great, right? Use discernment. Beware of those who do not share their real names. If you missed that part, please go back and watch that part. I'm going to also put that part on TikTok right beside Boo Boo the billionaire. Real coaches use their real names. Be authentic. I am nothing if I'm not that. How many of us have been hoodwinked and bamboozled? Raise your hands. All right, this must be the part when I was talking about Risa Tisa. Yeah, I recommend people watch it. You could put it on while you're cleaning or doing something else because she's just talking. There's nothing really to look at but her face. But there's so much you can just see. I feel like there's lessons to be learned in there and reminders for all of us. Banana in the tailpipe. Okay, y'all are just having a great conversation here. You're not asking many questions, so that's good. But I'm sure there's a question in here. I'm just going to keep going. Somebody said, I love show and tell. Material was once what you wanted and looked for, but now I understand that it's overrated. Exactly. Sherelle said, I can use the shoe boxes as bookends. I have bookends. They don't cost $900. The knees can't do it no more. Yep. Thank God he made me tall. I don't need heels like that. Me either. I don't need heels like that. I'm 5'9". Yes, they do hurt. Had to get the bottom redone. Yep. Amy said she's going to paint her shoes red. That's the key, Amy. They do sell the red on Amazon. Because I know, because I was looking into it to fix these, and I went, I'm not paying this and then fixing these too. Just forget it. Those shoes should be cooking and cleaning for me. You're on point tonight. So many more need to be at this table tonight. Yeah, you guys share it. Share it with them. Love the hype, but I love a trademark more. Yep, I read that one. Well, at the time, it may have met a need, even if it wasn't emotional need. That is exactly what it was. I know why he bought me these things. I'm not going to talk about that here. We're going to eventually have in-person retreats where this is what we're going to do, and I'll tell y'all the story in person. But I know I've been saying that, but I'm really actually going to start. That's the kind of thing I'm trying to free my time up to be able to do, to plan the retreats, to go to places and identify where we're going to go. That's the kind of stuff I want to do. Mary says, I sold mine at my estate sale. Mary, can you help me do an estate sale? Because I just want people to come through here and price tags me on this stuff and go, leave it, just get out, take it, bye. I would have fallen after one step in those hills. The students in high school and college need to hear this. That's true. Keep the main thing the main thing. Yes, ma'am. All right, I'm just looking for questions. I'm going to go back and read your comments and interact with you guys in the do I have an appointment calendar for trademark? I think I saw somebody share that in the comments. And it's also pinned to the top of the group for sure. Message. We talked about LLCs. It's a tax structure. As an entrepreneur, you must invest in a retirement account. Otherwise, you're going to be working until you can't anymore. And then what? I mean, what are you going to? When you don't work a job, nobody's putting money up for you. You have to do it. Social Security, when you pay your taxes, a portion of that goes to Social Security. But if you don't even pay your taxes because somebody told you to get an LLC and then take all these deductions, you're going to be looking at $5. Okay. Colleen, his recap, you're supposed to take out a piece of paper and write down 5 talents and skills and then the professions and careers you can access from those skills. I saw a question. I'm just trying to find it. Would I take the same path as before? Would I have done it differently? No, I would not have done anything major differently. I would have during the COVID period, well, no, in the past 10 years, I would have not spent money on frivolous things the way that I have. That's what I would have changed. I would have been putting that money somewhere to work for me. I would have been taking it down to Edward Jones instead of leaving it at Louboutin. But I feel like I could still rectify that by selling this stuff and going over to Edward Jones and dropping the money in there anyway. Because a lot of this stuff is appreciated in value. So not these Louboutins because they wear out, but like the Louis Vuitton things, they appreciate. The Chanel things, they appreciate. Some of the stuff is vintage now. So I wouldn't change a thing, a big thing, but little things, the lessons that I'm having to learn on my own from not even consulting with anybody about these purchases before I made them. I learned the hard way or the hard-headed way. I would change that, and I would have maybe asked my mama, hey, what do you think? And she would have told me that's ridiculous, and I wouldn't have done it. All right, I'm just looking. Somebody said the bunny is cute, though. The Gucci bunny is cute, though. This was good. Real talk, what we need. Where's the vintage Cabbage Patch doll? Now, she's not going away. She can't be sold. She's here. She is my doll from when I was an actual baby. She's a little worse for the wear. And on the back of her head, it says 1974 or something like that. 1978. So she's not for sale. She's mine. My mother kept her all these years, and she gave her to my daughter. And when my daughter got into American Girl dolls, she was, I had a practice with them. If you get something new, you have to get rid of something, which a practice I should have been adopting in my own life. And she was getting ready to get rid of this for an American Girl doll. And I'm like, no, that's mine. So I took it back. So this doll is 50 years old, or almost 50 years old. She looks good for her age, doesn't she? All right. Imagine cleaning those windows. I don't. I have somebody to do that. So there's another expense. You can't even clean up your own damn house. Right? Um, all right. We got some people co-signing on the bins and the service B service. Yeah. Mary recommends getting a Lexus LS 500. Timex keeps time too. Yep. All right. So I don't see any questions. Sheila has poked in the interview with her on the Sheila C. Hill show where we do this for 3 hours. We talk about the book, we talk about some legal things, and I just kind of started going in because she was asking such great questions. So I really recommend if you want more of this type of thing, watch those. They're really good. Yep, I thought the big house in Benz was it, but it's not. Whoa, right. Almost just fell looking at those hills. How do you secure health insurance? This is a great question. So when you're self-employed or an entrepreneur, you're going to spend thousands on health insurance. And that's the other thing they don't tell you, because you're not in a group plan. So I ended up doing the marketplace, the Obamacare marketplace, because that's the one place you can at least get some sort of group treatment. And it's not the best insurance. It's not good at all, really. Still very expensive, but they will subsidize a portion of it with tax credits, so that, like, ours is $1,200 a month. Nothing's wrong with any of us, and our insurance is $1,200 a month for two children, young adults, and one adult who is um, me. I'm the adult, and the tax credits take off 600 of that, so I spend $600 a month on health insurance with all kinds of copays and deductibles. But again, when you're self-employed, you do need health insurance, because if you're sick and you're out, now you're not making money, you're not working, and these bills are piling up. So that would be a better investment than a red bottom, right? Do any of these things cost you more than money, right? Social Security, yeah, Angela's talking about there's no scheduled Social Security for her. So being wise with money and making it work for me is a major goal, correct? Yeah, Mary says her insurance is $385 a month just for her. So, Colleen, write that on my list of things to talk about too. We can talk about health insurance for the entrepreneur. Maybe we can bring in an agent who can walk us through what our options are, because it's really bad. And again, nobody's going to march out in front of a mansion to you know, um, a rap song and tell you how much health insurance costs when you start your LLC. So, my goals, I think you guys understand what they were tonight. I don't intend to discourage anybody from anything. Build your business, grow your passions into businesses. And my goal is for you to realize that every little step you're making, that's success. Every day that you get up and there's money coming in your business account, that's success. And don't look at the carrot as success, because right? Why? I can go in there and get some $50 shoes that the bottoms don't look like this. I mean, this is literally peeling off of a $2,100 shoe. Why? Why? Don't let these be your goals. Um, right, visual say it best. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm like, here, look at the bottom. I'm not showing you these shoes like, look what I have. I'm showing you these shoes like, look at this mess. Because nobody in the store is going to tell you that. And the people that wear them online, maybe they don't actually have anywhere to go. I don't know, but I need to be able to walk in my shoes and get places. So, um, and I promise you, I haven't worn either of those pair of shoes more than 2 or 3 times. It's not my everyday shoes. So, I just wanted to encourage you guys, give you some perspective, give you a reason to sit back and say, thank you, God, for what I have. Maybe realize what you have is worth more than you thought it was before this started. Um, a lot of times, the happy, successful looking people are the most broken, grieving people you can ever find. The people who appear to have success and all the things you dream of, they're struggling trying to manage it. The weight of the reward sometimes is really heavy. And I am grateful that I have been knocked down enough to know when I see myself headed towards that, and I feel it. I feel myself going towards, I don't feel like doing this. And before I get to that, because I still have so much to serve, so many people to serve, so much to do, I'm going to make an adjustment so that I can do the things that the trademarks, the trust, the things I want to do to serve people, but not everything under the sun, or anything that doesn't serve me and my peace, and being able to fly to Vegas to see New Edition because I want to, um, and not having people calling me with urgent things while I'm trying to dance to Cooler Now. Um, that didn't happen, but that's just an example. Um, I'm grateful to have you in my life. Thank you. I'm grateful for you as well, Mary. And we had a great conversation today. You're gonna be all right. You already all right. But me and my girl here, we're gonna sign off. I appreciate you guys receiving what I had to say tonight in the spirit that I intended it. Nothing here was to disparage anyone in particular, but in general, to disparage a behavior that I just see getting really bad while tax refund checks are out here. We're going to talk about tax refund checks too. People act like that's some sort of gift, and that's just a free interest-free loan they gave the government. But we've done enough for tonight. So I appreciate you all, as always, being open to my musings and my rants. I'm going to chop this up and put this in little bite-sized pieces because I know if you share this, your friends aren't going to watch an hour and 25 minutes of some lawyer droning on about her shoes. But if you can, if you can get some of these, if I can get this in little tidbits, you can share it with people that need to hear it. This costs nothing. It costs me nothing. It costs you nothing. It's just more. We need more transparency as we're all building. So, and tax money. Oh, girl, that's how this started. I started doing my budget to be able to give Angela my numbers for her to do my taxes, and I can already feel the number that's gonna be coming back at me, and it's like, Lord Jesus. Yeah, Angela Brooks, refunds are not the goal, or where it's at. That's correct. If you're looking for a good tax preparer, that's who I use, Angela Brooks. She works with me throughout the year to identify things like a dog and things that I could use to help with that tax bill. But yeah, so I didn't show the fancy paper towels. I did not. Sheila has been to my house, what she calls a museum, and she said that if she ever comes over here and I don't have the same level of paper towels in my guest bathroom that I had when she first came over here, she's going to worry about me. So Sheila, I'll make sure to continue to get those fancy paper towels, and but the Gucci rabbit might be gone because it's looking real stupid over my shoulder right now. So okay, I appreciate you guys. I'll probably be back with another like legal topic the next time, but I felt like we just wanted to get this out. I needed to get this out. I appreciate y'all being here for me to get it out. I've worked through some stuff as I've been talking to you. And also then when you see me selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, you don't think I'm going into bankruptcy. I'm making a conscious decision to unload some nonsense and bring money into my life, back into my life that I should have never spent is really where I am on that. You can see this Porsche key right over my shoulder. When we're at the in-person retreat, I'll tell you all the story of the Porsche key, the white Porsche. It gets way deeper than what I'm willing to share on Facebook and YouTube. But again, if there's something that I've been through that can help somebody, I will share it in the right form. So keep an ear out. I will be, once I get my schedule loosened up, I will be putting together these retreats so that we can get together and you guys have stories to share. I want to hear them. I want to help you work through stuff, but I don't want us to put too much of our business online. I want us to be in a comfortable, safe space by an ocean somewhere so we can dig in and boo-hoo and hug and come out whole and then do it again maybe 4 months later. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I am grateful for you and the things that you're saying in these comments. I'm going to go back and dialogue with you. I really need this tonight. So I'm going to go through and dig into these comments and get what I need from you all as well. So love you. Appreciate you. See you next time. I'll post the little clips in here when I get them done so that you can share this with your younger family members who are out here about to make the same mistakes that I've made. And we could try to just help our next generation not go down the road that they seem to be going down with these material things and these rappers. All right. Good night from me and my new camera.